Sarah Palin, Donald Trump, Michelle Bachmann, how can anybody take these people seriously? We have a little piece of tape, or a little piece of sound I want to play for you here. This is Sarah Palin on her bus tour, talking about what Paul Revere's ride was all about. Now, most of you know, on the 18th of April in 1775, Paul Revere took off from Boston on horseback to alert the farmers in Concord and Middlesex and some towns outside of Boston that the British were coming. The British were coming. And this was a call to arms, to resist. And as he rode through the towns, he called out to the town criers so that they could warn people to get up, get their flintlocks, and get ready. And it was all done as quietly as possible when the British entered Boston Harbor, or was it Charlestown Bay? I'm not sure there. But as the British frigates entered, he had a friend in a church to signal him. And the signal was to be, if you know the poem, it's one if by land, two if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be, ready to ride and spread the alarm to every Middlesex village and farm. That's what Paul Revere's ride was about, to let the colonists know that the battle was about to be joined. This is what Sarah Palin thinks it is.
He who warned the British that they weren't going to be taking away our arms by ringing those bells and making sure as he's riding his horse through town to send those warning shots and bells that we were going to be secure and we were going to be free.
He rode to let the British know, not the colonists, the British, and telling people in the small towns in Massachusetts to ring the bells and fire the warning shots. Now, how did somebody this incredibly empty-headed get to the point where mainstream media in this country are following her around like dogs after a female dog who is in season, as they say? How did this happen? Seriously, how did this happen? Paul Revere rode to warn the British that they were not going to take away our guns. I mean, it can't get any worse than that, can it? Let's listen to it again.
We're going to be taking away our arms.
Wait a second,
making sure as he's riding his horse through town to send those warning shots and bells. He who warned the British that they weren't going to be taking away our arms by ringing those bells and making sure as he's riding his horse through town to send those warning shots and bells that we were going to be secure and we were going to be free.
Warning the British. That's why Paul Revere made his midnight ride. And I mean, the depth of Sarah Palin's ignorance about everything has yet to
800-49.
The depth of Sarah Palin's ignorance about everything has yet to be plumbed. And rather than doing that, just ripping the facade off this sociopath, which is what the media should be doing, they're not. They're just following her around. Oh, they try to be tongue-in-cheek about it, don't they? It is so cute when Brian Williams or one of the other network news anchors or Wolf Blitzer in his inimitable style.
Electronic weight.
It's very entertaining to see them give their little half-assed efforts to try to make it out like that Sarah Palin is, you know, kind of a ditz.
Go to our website.
They try to show how stupid she is with the way they kind of, you know, curl up their lips or raise their eyebrow. Why are they focusing on this woman at all? Paul Revere rode to warn the British. And there are people out there in crazy land who will vote for this woman for president.